Welcome to our reading for May 2018. Now, remember it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, and praying about. We are all spiritual. We are all psychic. We are all children of God, but we're not all going through the same thing at the same time, at the same pace. This could clarify the past, it could shed light into the future, or be right in sync with the now. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody, so we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. If you get a chance, try to check out the musical playlist that I put below. See if there's something personal for you in the lyrics, in the music, or just enjoy the tunes. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I hope this reading is helpful, and I'll see you in a moment. Scorpio, welcome to our reading for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's begin. Let's get clarity on the energies coming through in May 2018. Now, before I begin, I'm trying something a little different with the readings this month, and I put Pandora on random shuffle. And the song that came through for Scorpio was Odessa, Say My Name. So I'm going to put that song below for you guys. Now let's begin the reading. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. We're going to start with one card, get some general advice, wisdom, and clarity for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. Some insight into May 2018. Outdoors is coming through for Scorpio. So the answer you're looking for comes when you're outside, out and about, perhaps being spontaneous. Maybe this is planned. This is you connecting with nature, connecting with Mother Earth, connecting with animals. So maybe you're doing volunteer work in your community, like cleanup work. Maybe you're cleaning out your yard, your garage, your patio, your balcony, making an outdoor oasis space for you. So space, freedom, maybe walking away from a situation where you feel cluttered, claustrophobic, stuck in a rut, and going outside. Maybe this is activity, you know, joining a team, doing something with a buddy, doing some exercise outside, maybe some yoga, some meditation, some stretching exercises. This is perhaps getting out of the gym, off of the plateau, and doing something exciting outside, switching things around. I feel like there's a spontaneous meeting outside. So maybe you're going to run into somebody at the store, something like that. Maybe a spontaneous invitation to go somewhere. Or maybe you actually need to rearrange your schedule and plan some outdoor activities. This makes me think of a boat. So like a kayak, maybe something by water is healing for you guys, maybe by the ocean. So this could be a short trip, maybe planning something in the near future, a vacation coming through. I like the roses in this card. I feel like the rose is an extremely high vibration flower and it unfolds. So there's an essence to something. There's an unfolding energy. There's peeling back the layers. There's more than meets the eye. So Archangel Jophiel is go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. So new ideas are going to come through when you're out and about, when you're outside, taking a walk in the woods, walking in the park, having a picnic, riding a horse, playing with your animals, playing with your children, maybe your grandchildren, maybe just playing like you were a child. And that's beneficial and healing for you in May. This could also be bringing the outdoors inside. So opening up your windows, bringing some fresh flowers into your home. That makes me think of the Bruno Mars song. I'll put that below. Maybe some nice plants. Maybe you are starting a garden, like digging your hands in the dirt, helping something to grow. That could be a relationship as well. Maybe you're stuck somewhere hitting a wall. That makes me think of writer's block. Maybe if you're stuck trying to find an answer, a solution to something, just walk away, change around your energy. Maybe you need to ground yourself, take off your shoes, stand on the grass, sit on the grass, sit on a rock, and see how your actual energy changes. Let's see, let's get clarity for Scorpio on outdoors. Archangel Jophiel. Go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain creative ideas. It makes me think of the morning. So maybe you're waking up a little bit early, doing some stretching, some meditation, taking a walk around the block, around your neighborhood. Let's see, let's get clarity for Scorpio on outdoors. Healing energy that comes outside, restoring your batteries. Maybe you're doing some activity outside, like yard work, something like that, and it helps you sleep better at night. I see tools in a garage. So maybe you have all the tools you need. Maybe you need to organize your space like a garage or something like that. Maybe you're like creating a studio space, you know, something, someplace you can go where you can do your hobby, something like that. I see like, I want to say a recording studio for some of you. So maybe some of you do music or rehearse with a band, or maybe you do YouTube videos and you're making yourself a little sacred space somewhere outside, like even in a shed, something like that, maybe on a porch. Let's see, let's get clarity for Scorpio. And we have the Hierophant coming through. So maybe some of you do YouTube videos or you teach. This could also be work. If you're stuck at work, stuck at the desk, stuck following the rules, sometimes this upside down is breaking the mold, breaking the rules a little bit, breaking free out of a situation and finding a situation that is better for you. This could be marriage. This could be your job, government, schools. It's where there are a lot of people following rules to make something work. Sometimes rules are beneficial. They're important. A stop sign is really important because it makes everybody safe. But sometimes there are rules that you can bend. Or it's creating something new, creating new rules when a situation changes. That makes me think of somewhere where there was a stop sign, but that block or that corner gets busier and maybe there needs to be a stop light put in instead. Maybe the stop sign isn't working anymore. So allow yourself room to bend, to change. This could have to do with marriage. It's a 5. I see a 5 as change. It's a strong, powerful, masculine energy. It's almost like the High Priestess, but it's the masculine side of the High Priestess. So it's the Pope sometimes in certain decks. There's There's a dove here. So there's peaceful resolutions. There's a peaceful way to go about doing something. Maybe prayer is important. Sometimes no comes into our world because it's God's way of protecting us. So this makes me think of school. So maybe some of you are going back to school. It makes me think of school uniforms for some reason. I just thought of the Britney Spears song, Hit Me Baby One More Time. I'll put that song below for you guys. And I see the eye. So I want to say pay attention to your instincts, your intuition, your higher self, those ideas that come through, that something is good for you, that something is right for you, and maybe something else isn't good or isn't right for you. Even if it was right in the past, it doesn't have to be the same for you now or in the future. So allow yourself room to change, to bend. It makes me think of Sway With Me. I think there's a version by Michael Bublé. I'll put that song below. I feel like somebody's asking a question. Maybe that's of you. Maybe somebody doesn't understand where you're coming from. Let's see. Let's get clarity on 5, the Pope, and outdoors for Scorpio. The Hierophant coming through. There's an example sometimes I use with the Hierophant that's a little bit weird. But if you're sitting inside school or you work for the government or something like that, you're around others and they believe a certain thing or something was always a certain way, and you walk outside because you want to leave early, and outside the steps of the building you see an angel, or you see an alien, or you see, I just thought of the Katy Perry song, Extraterrestrial or something. I'll put that below. So you see something that's like a miracle. You can't walk back into the building and make everybody see what you saw unless somebody was there as a witness. You can tell your story, you can, you know, talk about your experience, but you can't make somebody else have that experience. So there may be something here where the experience is your own, or maybe between you and one other person, and it's really hard to explain to others, you know, until somebody else is in that situation. I know that was a really weird example, but let's get clarity for Scorpio on outdoors and the Hierophant. I also see the Hierophant sometimes like the Housewife's Tarot Hierophant, where it's an old school radio. So, you know, you turn on the radio and you hear the news, or you hear what's coming through, and it's not always what you want. Sometimes it's necessary to hear something so you can adapt, so you can change. So, that makes me think of misinformation as well. So trust yourself that even with misinformation, there can still be nuggets of awesome, nuggets of truth that you connect to. So trust yourself that you can sift through the bullshit and pull those nuggets of truth with you. You know, see how it relates to your own experience. I want to say, like, something you can do in the community. Maybe you can't make big, huge changes across the world yet, Scorpio, but maybe you can start small, you know, with a small group, a small community, like-minded individuals. This could also be a spiritual teacher coming through to help you. If spiritual gifts are starting to occur in your world, you know, more synchronicities, more sensitivities coming through, this could be somebody else coming into your world to help you out. Maybe that has similar experiences, maybe not the exact. I want to say open up. Maybe that has to do with signing up for a class, a seminar, something like that. Let's see. Let's get clarity for Scorpio on the Hierophant and outdoors. 7 of Autumn. Okay, so maybe you're starting a garden, but this is tending the garden in your life, your ideas, you know, the good seeds you already planted or you're planting now. But this card requires patience. It requires a change in the season, a change in you. You have to tend your garden. You have to water your garden. You have to pay attention to your garden. I want to say write something down that could have to do with your diet, maybe exercise, something like that. But I feel like you're going to go back and look at a pattern later. You're going to see all the growth you've had later. Maybe not on day 1, but on day 30, day 80. You know, you're going to see a big difference with something. So write something down so you can actually see how far you've come, how much you've grown. 7 of Autumn. I see the 7 also as the road to truth, a spiritual road coming through for you guys. Here it's the cow. He's so cute, or she. The planning, resources, and efforts you've invested in your dream will reap great rewards, Scorpio. In the meantime, have patience and meditate on the next steps. So have patience with yourself. Have patience with somebody else too. We don't all grow at the same pace. We don't all end up at the same place. You know, you can start down one road and take a detour because down that road you figured out there's somewhere else you want to go. There's something else you want to try. There's somebody else you want to meet. So see where the road unfolds, how it takes you step by step. So maybe write something down so you have a plan in front of you. I'm getting so you don't do something like half-ass. Maybe you need to write down the plans. That makes me think of building a house, having a solid foundation, having the blueprints there. But, you know, allow yourself to work out the kinks, to change the colors, to change the environment as you go. Something you planned might not work out when you start it. So, that makes me think of like happy mistakes. Sometimes mistakes are beautiful, beautiful blessings. Don't be afraid to mess something up. Don't be afraid to try it again and try it again and try it again until it works. The planning, resources, and efforts you've invested in your dream will reap great rewards. In the meantime, have patience and meditate on your next steps. So if you're stuck in the mud, procrastinating, something like that, maybe step away from the situation, maybe wait for that idea to come through, maybe wait for the change in the weather or the change in the season. It will change. Everything always comes back around. So let's see. I'm getting that you need to bend, you need to adapt, you need to adjust. Maybe you always did something a certain way, or you were told it had to be done this way. Maybe you come up with a brand new way to do something that nobody else has thought of before. That's awesome. You know, the right people will get on board with your idea. You know, you're going to magnify and amplify that energy, that authenticity that you have, and the right people will come into your world. If people fall out of your world, allow them to go. Allow there to be free will and allow the right relationships and partnerships to come back to you. The right doors will open up. You're going to end up down a path you're going to enjoy. So let's get one more card for Scorpio on outdoors, Major Arcana, number 5, the Hierophant, and the 7 of Autumn. That's like the 7 of Pentacles. I feel like you're taking notes on growth, if that makes sense. Like you go back to your garden every day and you measure it and see how much it's grown. It makes me think of when you're a kid and you're growing up and you put, you know, the line on the wall to see how far you've grown. And then maybe the kid hits like puberty and that growth spurt happens and all of a sudden the lines go up faster. So let's see, let's get clarity on the 7 of Autumn, the 5, Hierophant, and outdoors for Scorpio. I think that's our card. And that's cool. That's a really big bird. This is the ostrich coming through. Number 23, that's also a 5. So big changes coming through for Scorpio. Big changes, perhaps. This is a big old bird. I feel like they can run really fast. So let's see. Let's get clarity on number 5. Look. The ostrich. Oh, I said number 5. I meant number 23. It brings us to a 5. So number 23 is ostrich. I am ostrich, one of the great connector birds. I am the odd man out. I am acceptance. I am that which is not obvious. As an earthbound bird, I have a firmer grasp. Maybe that's going outside and grounding yourself, you know, getting your energy back, restoring your energy, putting food back on your plate before you give from an empty plate. I have a firmer grasp on what it takes to ground the world of spirit. I belong to both worlds at once, striking the balance, finding the harmony. That reminds me of a Pisces. They have one foot in the horizon of heaven and one on earth. And the line in between on the glyph is connecting heaven and earth. So maybe you have a Pisces around you or a Pisces energy coming through. If you have found me, it's time to bring those messages you hear back down to earth. No wisdom does service to the world if it is left to rattle around in your head. Write down those ideas. Some people fill up so much on spiritual knowledge, they forget to share. So those experiences that you have, maybe you have amazing miracles happening to you, and maybe you think nobody else will understand. There are people out there who will understand, who will be interested in that subject and what you went through. They'll connect with you. So look for those connections. Others simply fail to come back down. The higher worlds are mesmerizing, but like me, you are earthbound for a reason. Find a creative outlook. Tell a story, make a move, raise your head, and keep your eye on the prize. So that's here. I am a quick runner and could show you how to quickly spread your newfound wisdom. Perhaps you already know your best angle, and I have simply come to ensure that you follow it through. So keep going, you know, keep pursuing something. It will work out in the end. You are channeling. You are bringing something forth. You are of the earth. You are ostrich. So don't be afraid to dive deep into something and to make it happen. Pursue it. Keep going with it. Keep trying, Scorpio. You can do it. All right. I hope this reading was helpful for you guys. I love you very much, Scorpio. And I'll see you soon. Bye.